Welcome back. In our previous video, right, this is where we ended, right? So just to check and see if everything was okay, I'm just gonna pull up the terminal here. Then gonna say env backward slash scripts backward slash then activate. Okay, then we're gonna cd into skills. Then we're gonna say Python manage docker run server. So I'm just gonna do this so I can see where we ended last time. Okay, so I'm just gonna control click here. So here's where we ended last time, right? So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna create our login screen, our user sign up and logging in screen. So now we're just gonna do is I'm just gonna navigate back to our text editor. Then okay, I need to copy this index.html. So I'm just gonna control A this, open signup.html and paste this. Just gonna get rid of this. Okay. And now control B so that we get more screen real estate to work with. So I need to get rid of everything inside this block here, inside this block content. This is going to be sign up. Okay, so this is going to be sign up. Inside here, okay, let's create our view first. Right. So underneath this index, I'm just gonna put it above this index. So here I'm gonna say define. So I'm just gonna call this sign up. Then request. So inside here when I say if request dot method. So I'm gonna create this view first. Then I'm gonna create the URL. Then I'm gonna work on the signup.html. Then I'm thinking of creating a separate Python file where I'm just gonna use to log in. So that's great. I'm just gonna create forms in there. So that's where we're gonna contain the sign up form, login form, edit form because we need to edit our skills. Then the add form also. So we're just gonna create a form inside our what do we call it? So we called it core. So we're gonna create inside this core folder here. But for now, let's just focus on creating the view. So you're gonna say if request.method is equals to host, then we're gonna say form is equals to, so okay, let's just say sign up. But we haven't created this form just yet, but I'm just gonna leave it here. Then in here I'm gonna say request dot post, right? So yeah, it should be shift tab here. Under this form, I'm gonna say if form dot is valid. So here we're gonna have Django do the validation, the form validation for us. Then so if everything is okay, all right, then we're gonna say form dot save. So everything after the whole form validation, the view is gonna save the info. They use the sign up information. Then here we're gonna return. Then we're gonna redirect. So we need to redirect to the index page. Because after we sign up, we just need to be redirected to the index page. So what we need to do is we need to import this redirect. So let me just Control D, Control C, then on top here, I'm gonna paste it here. Then inside here, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna do it like this so that we get redirected to the index page. Then I'm gonna say else here. So if the method is not host, right, we're gonna say form is equal to sign up. So we need this one here. Then here we're gonna say return render request. So where did we put our templates? So our templates in our templates main. Okay. So let me just leave it like this so it becomes easier. So I'm gonna say main. Then we named our HTML page signup.html. So I say main / signup.html. Then we're gonna say, then we're gonna pass our form here. So this is going to be form, and this is going to be form, just like this. Right. So we need to go to our URLs. Then we're gonna create this. So underneath this index here, so let me just copy this and paste it here. So this one here is going to be sign up / then we need to import sign up here. This is going to be sign up just like this. Okay. We need to go to our, okay. Now inside our signup.html, right? So we need to, yeah, like inside our blog content, right? So we need to say div. So yeah, our width is going to be full. So yeah, SM width is going to be 2/3 here. MD, I say 1/2. Then LG, let's say with, let's just say 1/3. Then MX, my with this imagine X, let's just say ultra. So this is gonna put everything on the center, like our sign up form is going to be put at the center. Then margin Y, let's say 4. Should we put a background color? Let's look at our base.html. Okay. So we already have a background color, so let's not put a background color here. So let's just leave it like this. Then we're gonna make this even if we make it rounded, we're not gonna see it. So let me just put it for now. Then I'm just gonna get rid of it because I don't think we're gonna be able to see our form. Because it's not colored one. Even if we make it gray, the background is just gray. So we're just gonna maintain that theme for the rest of the application of the web app. So let's put some padding. So our padding, let's set it to 6. Right. So inside our div, yeah, let's put h1 tag here. So in our h1 tag, we're just gonna say sign up, just like this. So let's give this h1 tag some styling. So here we're gonna say margin bottom, we're gonna set it to 4. Then text, let's make it 2XL. Then I need the H1 tag. I'm gonna put a form. So here is just put a dot. Then method, let's say post. So here is always inside our forms. If you're using Django, we need to put this CRF token here. So what this does is just prevents cross-site request forgery attacks. So we need to put it here inside here. And I don't think if you don't put it, Django won't work here. So we just have to put it. So underneath this CSRF token, I'm gonna put a div here. So yeah, I'm gonna say my. Then inside here, I'm gonna put a label. Let me just get rid of this for here. Then I'm gonna add a class. So when I say imagine bottom, when I set it to 4, then here when I say inline block, then inside our label one, when I say user name, let me just put the U and make it all and make it caps here. So username just like this. Then here, right? So when we like if we go back to our views.py, right? So we're gonna send in this form to our main dot sign up our main sign up.html, right? So this is where so here under username, I'm just gonna put this form here. So it's gonna be form dot user name. So we haven't created this form yet, so we're just gonna create it in a minute after we're done with this sign up.html. So we need to put this inside curly braces just like this. So I'm gonna copy this 3 more times. Yeah, so this one is going to be form dot email, and this one is going to be password. So we need to add that password in the repeat password field. So I'm gonna call the first one password 1. Then the second one I'm just gonna call it password 2. So what I'm gonna do here, this is going to be repeat password, and this one is going to be password. This is going to be email, right? Okay. Then we need to add a break line here so that our label is gonna be at the top, then our input field is gonna be at the bottom. Just like this. So I'm gonna copy this here, then I'm gonna paste it here, here, and here. Excuse me. Then we need to create an area where we're gonna receive our errors. So here I'm gonna put an if statement here. So here when I say if from dot errors or from dot non-field errors. So here when I add a div, then when I say margin bottom, it's going to be 4. Then padding, when I set it to 4 also. So here for it to be visible, right? what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add like a box, right? So it's gonna have rounded edges. Then we're just gonna make it like red. So let's just make it a faint red. So the red is just gonna say maybe BG red 50 or 100. So here I'm gonna say BG red. Uh, let's start with 100. So let's put this here. So underneath here, I'm gonna say for field and form. And here when I say field dot error, you should have an S here. So let me just put some space in here so that everything looks fine. Let me just do it here also. What just happened here? Let me redo this. Control D, right arrow, some space. Control D, left arrow, some space, just like this. Okay. Then here I'm gonna end for loop. And for just like this. Then underneath this for loop, right? When I say I put curly braces here, form dot non-field errors. So let me just copy this. Then underneath our div, just gonna end this end our if statement. So here it's gonna be and if, just like this. So inside our form, we need to add a button. So this is going to be our submit button. So here we're gonna say button, just like this. The text is going to be sign out, or you can just call it register, whatever works with you. So let's add some styling onto our button, right? So here when I say class, so here's gonna say block, padding. Let's just maintain. Let's put 3. Then text is going to be large. And then we're gonna say the text. Let's make it white. Fonts semi bold. Let's add some over effect here. BG. Let's make it 700. So it's great. It's just going to be darker. So let's add some rounded edges to our pattern. So here when I say rounded Excel here, text, our text is going to be aligned at the center, and the width, our width is going to be full, just like this. So inside our code, right, we're just gonna create our forms.py file, right? Then we're gonna create the forms, the sign up form, then we're gonna test it inside our browser to see if everything works correctly. So inside the code here, we're gonna create a file and we're gonna call it forms.py, just like this. Then we're gonna get our forms from Django. So you're gonna say from Django import forms. Then when I say from Django.contrib.auth dot forms, just like this. import user creation form. So we're just gonna need an authentication form when I'm working on a login. So I'm just gonna import it for now. Also gonna need the user, right? So we already have like a user model already built in inside Django. So we're just gonna call it. So you're gonna say from Django dot contrib dot, it should be a dot here, not a comma. Dot auth dot models. So from our models, we're gonna import user. So we're gonna import the user model just like this. So now we can proceed to create our sign up form. So here we're gonna say class. Let's go to our use the pie, okay, and let's copy this. Then paste it here. So this is going to need the user creation form just like this. So here let's just say email is equal to forms dot email field just like this. Open parentheses, required is going to be true. Then we're gonna need widgets. So let me just do it like this. Okay, so here we're gonna say widget is equal to forms dot email import. Okay, let's use import here. So attributes, let's say placeholder. So we just say enter your email address, dot dot dot, okay, a comma here, then class, so year width is going to be 4. Then padding, gonna say 4, rounded XL. We're gonna have a border, and our background is going to be white, just like this. Okay, this is looking good. So underneath here, we're gonna put a init function. So we're gonna say define init. So inside here, when I say sign up here, then self, just like this. Then inside this init function, I'm gonna say self dot fields, just like this. So this is going to be username. When I say here widget dot attributes dot update, then open parentheses, then curly braces inside. So I'm just gonna copy this here. Okay. So there, let me just copy this whole thing and paste it 2 more times. So this one here is going to be password. Password. So we'll call this password 1. And this is going to be password 2. Then underneath here, close this. Here when I say class method model, our model is going to be user like this. Then our fields, parentheses here. So the first one is going to be username. The second one is going to be email. The third one is going to be password 1. And the fourth one is going to be password 2, just like this. Right. Okay. So we need to import this here. Okay. So now I think our sign up view should be working. So if you go back to our browser, right, then inside this URL you're just gonna say /sign up. Let's go back to our text editor and pull up our terminal. Okay, no more you named skills.core. All right, so yeah, so forms and views are in the same folder, so we just need to say .forms here. Okay, so let's open this and refresh this. Okay, so this is our sign up form here, right? So let's just check if just say inspect here. Okay, so looks everything is okay. Our phone adjusts to smaller screens for mobile and tablet. Okay, this is looking okay. So let's close this and return to our text editor. So now let's work on the login form, right? So we're just gonna create this straight in our forms.py file. So before we do that, we're just gonna return to our browser and attend signing up, right? So username, just gonna say ASD, email ASD at asd.com, password 1234567 1234567 and sign up here. Password is okay. I'm gonna say 1234567 I don't think that was correct. Okay, 1234567 ASD 1234567 ASD. So our signing up form works, right? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna create the login form real quick. Then after that, we're gonna work on creating a skill or adding our skill to the system. So let's go back to our text editor. Okay, so let's navigate to forms.py. Underneath here, just gonna say class. Let's just call it login. Then here, this one is going to be authentication form, like this. So what we're gonna need is a username. So here we're gonna say forms dot. This should be a character field, like this. So we're gonna say widget forms dot text input, like this. Then here we're gonna say attributes, like this. So I think we need to copy this here. So let's copy this again and paste it here. And this one is going to be password. And inside here, this is going to be password input like this. So here's going to be enter your password just like this. And this is going to be enter your username like this. Um, we need to go to signup.html and we're just gonna copy everything here. Then we're gonna paste it inside our login.html. So at the top here, we're just gonna change this to sign in. Here should be sign in. I'm gonna get rid of this password here, get rid of this one here, and get rid of this email. So we're just gonna maintain these two here. We need to change this here to sign in just like this. Let's look around. Let's look at it. Okay, so everything is looking okay here. So if you have any issues, we're just gonna see them when we try to see if we can see our login page or what. So now we need to go to our urls.py. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste it. Then this one is going to be sign in like this. Then we need to import they call it a login view, right? So we're not gonna create everything by ourselves, but we're just gonna have our Django create this for us, right? So what we're gonna do is gonna say from Django contrib dot views. Is it views here? That's auth. Yeah, it should be auth. Import views just like this. Then inside here, right? Let me just copy this and paste it here. But then we need to get rid of this sign up here. So here when I say views dot login view like this, dot as view. Then here I'm gonna say template underscore name. So this is going to be main / so we coded what login.html here. So this is going to be login.html just like this. Then here we're gonna say authentication underscore form is equal to login just like this. So we need to import this login from our forms.py. So since our URLs and our forms are in two different folders, right? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna say from core.forms import login just like this. So our login page should be working now. So let's just navigate to our browser here. Then inside here, when I say / sign in just like this. Okay, so let's just inspect this so that we see that our browser is adapting to all screen sizes or not. So okay, this looks okay. So let's try logging in, right? So you said ASD and our password was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 ASD like this. Okay, this is looking good. So what we need to do now is work on creating a skill, right? So that a user can add a skill to the web app. So let's go back to our text editor here. Okay, so let's navigate to forms.py here. Then underneath this let me just okay first let me say class here. Then I'm gonna minimize this and this here. So here let's just call it a new skill. So here I say forms dot like this. So here I say class matter. So model is going to be, let's go to our models.py. So we called it scale here. Okay, let's paste it here. So we need to import this. So we're gonna say from dot. So these are in the same folder. So this should be like this. Okay. In fields here, open parentheses. So this one here should be the first one. Let's put an image. Okay, let's open our models.py. So we have an image name. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is this, right? Then go back to forms.py and paste everything here. I'm gonna put a comma here like this. I will recommend you to do this because this is very lazy. Just being lazy to do everything here. Get rid of this image here, then put a comma here. Like this, okay? Fine. 3 4 5 6. So now we need to add our image, draw our widgets. So you wanna say widgets, open curly braces. So the first one was image, right? So here when I say forms dot, so this should be file input. This. Then in here when I say attributes, so let's just let me just take this one here and paste it here like this. And then I'm gonna put a comma here. This one just say select image like this. So I need to copy this and paste it 5 more times. So this should be text input like this. Um, let's put category here. So this should be select. So here we'll be saying select category like this. Um, After that we have unit of measure. This should be select also. And this here should be select unit of measure like this. After that we have description. So this should be a text area. Here let's just say enter scale description. Then we get rid of this and this. Then the last one is price. So this should be a float. Let's just say text input. Control D this here, Control C. So these are enter price. Enter your price like this. Okay. So this should be ready. So now we need to navigate to views.py and we need to import a decorator here so that the only person who can add the skill that is someone who's registered and logged in. Right? So what we need to do underneath here, when I say from Django dot contrib dot auth dot decorators, so import it's called login required, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. This should be auth, not admin, like this. Okay. So underneath our sign up here, I'm gonna say add login required. So this makes sure that this view can only be viewed when someone is logged in, right? So underneath here, I'm just gonna say new, define new. So this is gonna be request here. Then let's add a title, right? So that because what I'm thinking is we can just have one HTML file we use to add a new skill and update it. So we just maintain using that same HTML file. So we just change the title. So the title is going to be either add or update or add or edit. So I'm just going to create a variable here. Then I'm going to call it title. So here, let's just say new, let's make it small caps, new skill like this. Then I'm just going to copy this here and paste it here. Right, so we need to change this sign up here. And this is going to be, let's look at our fonts.py. So this is new skill. So here when I say new skill and we need to import it. Okay, fine. So since we're gonna need images here, so you need to say comma request dot files here, right? So after the whole form validation, right, what we need to do is we don't need to, what do you call it, right. So if we navigate to models.py, right, we can see that we have this created by, right? So what we need to do here, if we go back to our views.folder, right, is we don't save what's in the form directly. We first have to make sure that we update this created by field here. So what we're gonna do inside our views folder, right, underneath here, right, under this if form is valid, right. So here we're gonna say skill is equals to form dot save, open parentheses here, then we're gonna say commit is equal to false, so that we save but we don't commit. So whatever is in the form is not saved to the database, right? Then after that I'm gonna say skill dot created by. So let me just copy it. And so just copy the whole line. Created underscore by. Then you're gonna say request dot user, like this. Then afterwards we're gonna say skill dot save. Then parentheses here. So let's get rid of this. So what we need to do is we need to, after we done saving, right, we need to see what we've just saved. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create another view underneath this new here. So I'm just gonna call it skill. So inside this view, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our the skill that we've just added and we're gonna display it there. And right there is where we're gonna be able to edit our skill, right? And also there, I'm just gonna put a layer at the bottom where we can see, let's say if we add something in the categories is programming, right? And we have like 7 other skills on our site about programming. We're just gonna display them at the bottom, right? So what I'm gonna do here is on the redirect here, the page I'm gonna call it skill, right? And it's gonna need what's called it an ID, right? So we're gonna say is equal to skill dot ID, right? So that we can be able to fetch the skill using the ID of the skill inside our database, right? So this one here is going to be form.html. So we don't have this just yet. So we're gonna pass in a form, right? We're also gonna pass the title, this title here, right? So here we're gonna say title is going to be title, like this, right? So let's just make this skills here, this view here. So here we're gonna say define skills, like this. So it's gonna take in request and PK, this PK here. So what we're gonna do is gonna say skill is equals to, so what we're gonna need here, we need to import here, excuse me, right? So here when I say get list of 404, right? We should say get object here because we're only gonna take in one object. like this. Okay, fine. Control D, Control C. So let's paste it here. Then we're gonna open parentheses. So we're gonna need skill. And we're gonna say PK is equals to PK, like this. So now we're gonna take our skill, right? So let me just copy this here. Then I'm gonna paste it here, like this. So we need to create so we're gonna create a form.html and we need to create skills.html, like this. So instead of skills.html, we need to pass in skill, like this. So as we mentioned earlier, right, we're gonna create a field at the bottom where we're gonna show related skills. So this here should be related underscore skills like this, right? So we need to create this. We need to fetch these. So underneath the skill here, we're gonna paste this. So we're gonna say from skill. So when I say skills dot objects dot filter, then open parentheses. So I'm gonna say category. This should be small caps. Is equals to skill dot category. Then we need to exclude the one that we've just fetched. We need to, so like when we fetch the skill that we just added, right? So we need to exclude the skill that's inside this skill variable here. So when I say exclude here, so PK is equals to PK, like this. So we need to fetch, like, let's say let's just fetch 5 square brackets. So like this. So we're just gonna fetch 5 related skills here. So the category, you're gonna fetch it from the category that's inside the skill that we just added into our system, like this, right? So now we need to create the views for this. But first, let's just create the HTML files. So let's get rid of this signup.html and login.html. Then inside our main folder, so this one is going to be, we called it form.html, okay? Then skills.html. So we need to save this. So let me just copy everything in here, then paste inside form.html. I'm gonna get rid of everything inside this blog content. This is going to be title. Like this. Then inside here, let's add an h1 tag. So this is going to be title also. So let's add some styling to our h1 tag. So class is going to be, let's just say margin bottom. I'm gonna make it 4 here. Then the text is just put it to Excel. Then underneath this h1 tag, I'm gonna put a form. So action, let's just say dot. Then method is going to be post, like this. Then when I say type, so when I say multi-platform data like this, then we're gonna add our CRF token here. Then underneath our token, I'm gonna add a div. When I say space y, let's say for like this. Then here when I say form dot like this inside our div here. Then underneath our div, we need to put an if statement here. Like this. So when I say if form dot errors or form dot non-filled errors. Oh, excuse me. And then inside the if statement, I'm gonna put a div here. So let me just open login.html and let me just copy this. Like this. Then we need to add a button here. So let me just go back to login.html and copy the button that we have. Then I'm gonna paste it here. So this is going to be, let's just say save, right? So whenever we add or edit, we're just gonna say save here. So I believe our form.html is looking good. So now we need to work on the skills.html. So let me just copy everything here and go to skills.html and paste it here. So when we were creating our views by our skills view, right, we passed in skill. So inside there, our title, we need to say skill dot name like this. So our title is gonna say skills, then the name of our skill, the name is gonna be displaying like this. So we need to get rid of everything here, our form and our h1 tag like this. Then when I say, let's say the div. So this is going to be a grid. Then here when I say a grid calls one MD, it's going to be grid calls let's say 6 here. Then gape is going to be 3, just like this. Then inside our div, when I say div MD call span 4 like this. Then inside when I add an image, so source, for source when I say skill dot image dot URL like this. So we're gonna give this some styling when I say cross on this. Ash, what's happening now? So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna say rounded Excel so that our image right is gonna be rounded and width gonna say 4, then height's going to be auto like this. Then underneath our image, um, let's just get out of this div. Underneath our div here, I add another div. Then here we're gonna say MD co span. Let's just say 2 here. Then padding is cool. We're gonna set it to 4. Then we're gonna say rounded Excel. We don't need to add this one because our background is just gonna be gray, so we're not gonna see any rounded borders or anything. So inside this div, we're gonna add an h2 tag. Then we're gonna say, so this one we're going to be scale dot name here. So let's give some styling to our h2 tag. So margin bottom, I'm gonna set it to 4, and text is going to be Excel, just like this. Underneath the h2 tag, we're gonna add a p tag. So here we're gonna say price. Then put a dollar sign here, some spacing. So this should be skill dot price. Then I'm gonna add some space here, some curly braces. Then here I'm gonna say skill dot unit of measure here. So let's say if let's say you're offering a service for $35, right? So it's gonna say price $35 per week or per hour or once off per year per day, something like that. And then need to add 2 more p tags here. So this one is going to be service provider. So this is going to be skill dot created underscore by dot username, like this. So let's get rid of everything here and this dollar sign here. And this one, let's just say description here, like this. So this is going to be skill dot description, like this. And then get rid of everything else here. So we need to add some styling to our p tags here. So I'm just gonna control, let me just do it from the front here, like this. Then we're gonna say class is going to say text gray 400, like this. And margin bottom, I'm gonna set it to 4. So now we need to, underneath our p tags, we're gonna add an if statement here. Okay, so we're gonna say if request dot user is equal to skill dot created underscore by, right? So if the user who created the thing is the same as the person who created the skill, right? So what you want to do is if let's say I'm the one who's logged in and I'm the one with the skill that's on display, right? I'm gonna get a delete button and an edit button. But if I'm not the one, right, I'm just gonna get a contact service provider button, right? So inside this if statement, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a p tag. So I'm just gonna copy this p tag here, then paste it here like this. Get rid of this, and I'm gonna say you are the one offering this skill or service. Let's just say offering this service like this. Let's put an exclamation mark here. Then underneath that we need to add two buttons, right? So let's just put the anchor tags here like this. So for now, right, we don't have anything here, so just gonna put a hashtag like this and paste it. So here I'm gonna say delete. Then here I'm gonna say edit like this. Um then here I'm gonna say else, right? So I'm gonna copy this and paste it underneath here. Then I'm gonna copy this and paste it underneath here. So this is going to be end if like this, right? So here I'm just gonna say message service provider, just like this. So now I'm just gonna go to login.html and just gonna copy this class and go back to skills.html. Then paste it like this. Let's just go over it and see if we need to remove something, change something. As we saw in our demo, right, the delete button was red, right? So we need to control D this and just say red here. Say this one, we just need to say margin top. Let's make it true like this, so that there will be like some spacing between the edit button and the delete button, because the edit button is gonna appear on top of the delete button. Okay, this should be looking good. So what we need to do, right, is underneath this one, this main div here, let me just add a comment. So this is one going comment is going to be related skills like this. So underneath these related skills, right, this is where we're gonna show the related skills, the skills related to the skill we just added. So what we need to do is gonna create a div. So here we're gonna say margin top is going to be 4. So let's add some more styling. Padding is going to be 4. Then inside this div, I'm gonna add an h2 tag. Let's just say h3. Doesn't have to be that big. So here we're gonna say related skills like this. So let's give this h3 some styling. So you're gonna say class margin bottom. Let's make it 6. Then text is going to be Excel. Fonts is just saying semi about like this. And I need this H3 tag. When I add a div here, grid like this. So when I say grid calls 1, then SM, I say grid calls 2, MD, grid calls 3, LG, grid calls 4, and then Excel, I say grid calls 5, like this. Since we're only gonna get 5 related skills from our skills wheel, right? So we're just gonna end it at 5. Then let's set some gap between our skills. So gap is going to be 3. Okay, so inside our div, let's create a for loop here. Like this. So when I say for, let's look at our view first. Okay, so it's related skills for, so this is going to be related skill in related skills, like this. So let me just end the for loop here. So this is going to be end for. So inside of for loop here, we're gonna add a div. Inside this div, we're gonna say, let's put an anchor tag. So this is going to, excuse me. So this anchor tag, right, what it's gonna do, right? So whenever we click the related field, right, it's just gonna open the skills view again, but then it's just gonna show the skill that we just selected, we just clicked on, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna put a link here. Okay, percentage sign. So you're gonna say URL skills PK is going to be related skill dot ID, like this. So inside the anchor tag, I'm gonna add in a div here. Inside this div, I'm gonna add an image, right? So let me just copy this. I'll get rid of this. Let me just copy everything here. Might as well just copy everything from up there, then just paste it back down here. Okay. So underneath this div, I'm gonna add another div here. I'm gonna give this div some styling. So we're gonna give it some padding and we're gonna set it to 4. Then I'm gonna say rounded Excel. Then background, we're just gonna make it white like this. Then inside this div, I'm gonna add an h2 tag, and it's gonna say, so this is just gonna have the name of our skill. So here we're gonna say related skill dot name. So we don't need to add some styling to this h2 tag. Then underneath that one, I'm gonna add a p tag. Then here when I put the dollar sign, So I'm just gonna copy this here. So this is going to be related underscore. Actually, we just copied this part also. So this is going to be related underscore scale like this. Um, excuse me. So let's just add some styling to this p tag. We're just gonna say text gray 400, just like this. We're just gonna add some color. That's it. So yeah, okay, okay. So let's go to our base.html and we're gonna link the add skill to this to the new view that we have here. So I'm gonna link it to this. So we need to add this inside our URLs. So urls.py, Control C, this one here. So this is going to be new here, just like this. Let's import this new here. Okay, this view here, and we need to link this in our base.html. Okay, so here we're gonna say percentage like this. Then I say URL new, just like this. So I'm gonna copy this and paste it here, just like this. So okay, let's just try to let's open our browser here. So let's click this here. Okay, what seems to be the issue here? Okay, so let's navigate back to our text editor, then form.html. Okay, this should be none. Okay, okay, so let's navigate back to our text editor. Okay, so this here, right, should be like this, right? So what it was doing was just printing the CSRF token onto a form, right? So if we refresh this, we're not gonna have these printed up here. Okay. So we should have a percentage sign here and another one here. Let me just look at our login. Okay, so this is fine. Like this. This is fine. Um, let's go back to our browser. Okay, so everything is working okay like this. We need to add some margin bottom here. Or let's just put some margin top here. Like this. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, this is looking much better. So we need some margin bottom between this and this at the bottom here. So forms.py. So let me just do this control like this. Margin top. Let's just say 4. So let's just edit here also. Nah, this should be fine. Okay, this is looking better. Okay, so let's try editing something, right? So let me just choose an image. Do I have anything in my downloads? Uh, Let me just take this here. The name, gonna say testing category programming uh per hour description. Let's leave it like this. Price. Let's say we charge $80 to test your system. Then save. Okay. So I think we need to add skills in our URLs. So let's navigate back to our text editor. Then URLs, yeah. So this is going to be skills, yeah. Then here what we need to do is this. I say int like this. And we need to import skills here. All right. So if we refresh our let's refresh our page here. Continue. Oh, we don't. Okay, invalid block tagline fan for. Okay, skills. This should be skills.html. Okay, let's refresh like this. Okay, so we've added our skill here and it works, right? And we have related skills here underneath here, right? So since we are the one who created this skill, right, we have these edit and delete buttons here. So we need to get rid of this $sign inside the description here. And let's just inspect it. Okay, so it's working on mobile. Okay, this is good. So let's go back to our text editor. Um Description. Okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, refresh. Okay, so description is fine. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna end this video here. Um so to catch up with the next video, right? Just subscribe to this channel and like this video. Then I'm just gonna upload the next video like 3 days, 3 to 7 days time from now. So I'm just gonna check and inspect the page again one more time. Okay, this is fine. So in the next video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna implement deleting, editing the skill, and then we're gonna work on the contract service provider feature, where a user can communicate with another user and they can offer each other the services and agree on the price or whatever. If they're gonna negotiate, that'll be up to them. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.